Ever pour your heart into an email campaign, hit send, and nothing? Crickets, like yelling into the void.
It's the worst.
Total email purgatory.
Right.
Straight to the spam folder. But what if there's a way to, like, guarantee your emails actually land in inboxes?
Oh, tell me more.
Today, we're doing a deep dive on email warm-up. Why it's like the most crucial thing, especially for businesses.
Definitely crucial.
And our experts here to help us unpack it all.
Glad to be here. You know, it's kind of crazy how many emails we get bombarded with every single day, right? Like a crazy amount. To put it into perspective, 45% of all emails sent are actually spam.
Whoa, seriously?
Seriously, that's like 14.5 billion spam emails daily.
So it's like trying to stand out in a room where everyone's shouting at the same time.
Exactly.
No wonder it's so hard to be heard. So how can businesses, especially ones relying on sales emails and stuff, how can they make sure their message actually gets through?
That's where email warm-up comes in. It's all about building like a good sender reputation. Think of it like building up your credit score, but with email.
So instead of just diving right into a massive email campaign,
Yeah, don't do that.
we need to kind of ease into it.
Exactly. It's like you wouldn't run a marathon without training, right?
Right.
Same with email. You got to warm up those inboxes. Start slow, send a smaller number of emails at first, then gradually increase it over time.
So the email providers, they see you're legit, not just some random spam bot.
Exactly.
And like a good credit score helps you get a loan, a good sender reputation helps you bypass those spam filters.
Makes sense. Right.
Total sense. So good sender reputation. What's in it for me? Like, what are the big perks?
The big one for sure is deliverability. When email providers trust you, your emails actually reach the inbox, not the spam graveyard.
Makes a huge difference.
Huge.
Yeah.
Especially for new email accounts, you know, they're like the new kid in school, got to earn their stripes.
Prove you're not just going to cause chaos.
Exactly.
You can't just walk in expecting everyone to trust you right away.
And beyond just, you know, dodging the spam filter, good sender reputation means people actually engage with your emails. More likely to open, read, click those links, all that good stuff.
Because they trust you already.
Exactly. And this is where warm-up is key. You're slowly building that trust with providers, showing them you're here to stay, that your emails matter.
You're not just adding to the noise.
Exactly.
Okay, so email warm-up is not just sending a bunch of emails to my friends and family, right?
It's a little more nuanced than that. There are strategic ways to do it. You got your manual approach, and then there's the automated route.
Like choosing between a scenic hike and just, like, driving there.
Yeah, kinda. Different experience, different level of control.
Okay, let's break it down. Manual warm-up first. What's the deal there?
Think of it like, you know, tailoring a suit. Takes time, effort, but you get that perfect fit. Good for smaller businesses, those just starting out with email marketing.
Hands-on approach. So instead of algorithms, I'm like handpicking who gets what.
Exactly. Personalized emails to your most engaged contacts. Start small, slowly ramp up the volume over a few weeks.
Consistency is key.
Key and quality. Encourage replies. Ditch the spammy language. Make that content shine.
Don't just blast out generic stuff.
No way. It's about having a conversation, building a relationship, one email at a time.
And that personal touch, that's what gets people to actually open those emails.
You bet. We're talking open rates of 30% or higher, sometimes.
Ooh, that's huge.
It is. But it does take work. You got to be dedicated, pay attention to the details. As your email list grows, it can be a lot to handle.
So that's where automation swoops in to save the day.
You got it. Efficient, scalable, way less headache.
So automated warm-up is like, what? My own personal email assistant making me look good.
Basically. Takes care of the heavy lifting, you know? You focus on the fun stuff, writing awesome emails, refining your strategy.
I like the sound of that. But how does it, like, actually work? It sends out emails for me.
Exactly. These tools, they're like well-oiled machines, right? Streamline the whole warm-up process. Send out a calculated number of emails from your account to a network of, like, verified inboxes, gradually increasing over time, of course.
So it's not just blindly sending, it's interacting, too.
Oh, yeah, they're programmed to do it all. Open emails, click links, even reply to stuff, just like a real person would.
Whoa, hold on. Mimicking human interaction. How's that even possible?
AI magic, my friend. These tools use super sophisticated algorithms, analyze tons of data to learn how people actually use email.
Snaky.
Then they use that info to create responses that look totally legit. Email providers, they can barely tell the difference.
So it's like having a secret agent in the email world making sure my messages blend right in.
Exactly.
But there's got to be some downsides, right? Like, Nothing's perfect.
You got a point. With all this automation, you do lose a bit of that personal touch, the kind you get with manual warm-up.
Right, like those handwritten thank you notes?
And even though AI is getting good, really good, there's always that tiny chance that email providers might get suspicious, especially if the tool you're using isn't, keeping up with the latest algorithms and stuff.
So it's got to be constantly learning and evolving.
Exactly. Like, email's always changing. It's like a moving target,
So, do your research, pick a good provider, stay updated.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Okay, so manual or automated? Are there any, universal warm-up tips?
Yeah.
Things everyone should be doing?
Oh, for sure. Biggest mistake. People go from 0 to 100 way too fast.
Like trying to cram for a test last minute?
Worse. Remember, it's a marathon, not a sprint. You'll burn yourself out before you even start.
Pace yourself.
Exactly. Start slow and steady, gradually increase the volume. Think of it like building a house, right? Gotta have a strong foundation before you add those extra floors.
And speaking of foundations, what about this email authentication thing? That sounds kind of important.
Oh, it's crucial. Think of it like your digital ID card. Proves you're the real deal. Like, in the real world, you got your driver's license, your passport, right? Email authentication, it's like SPF, DKIM, DMRC. They're like digital signatures saying, hey, this email's legit.
So email providers know it's really me.
Exactly. Without it, your emails are basically like showing up at the airport with no passport. Not going to end well.
Straight to spam jail.
Pretty much.
Okay, so gradual warm-up, check. Email authentication, double check. Any other common email sins to avoid?
Let me think. Oh, neglecting engagement. That's a big one.
So I can't just send out emails into the void and expect everything to be fine.
Nope. Communication goes both ways. You got to engage with your inbox too. Open emails, click links, reply to some messages. Be a good email citizen.
Show me you're an active participant in the inbox community.
Exactly. Otherwise, email providers might think you're a bot or something.
And nobody wants to be a bot.
No, they don't.
This is great stuff. We've covered a lot of ground here. What, why, how of email warm-up, common mistakes. But what's the big takeaway? How does nailing this warm-up thing actually change my email game?
It's a shift in mindset, really, from just blasting out emails to building actual relationships with your audience.
So it's more about quality over quantity.
100%.
You're not just shouting into the void anymore, you're having a conversation.
And that's what email warm-up helps you do, build those connections that last.
It's like they say, first impressions are everything, especially in the email world.
So true. And like any relationship, trust takes time. You got to nurture it.
We've talked about why email warm-up matters. But how does it actually work in the real world? Give me an example.
Okay, so I was working with this sauce startup, right? They were having a tough time getting their emails delivered.
Oof, I feel their pain.
Right. They had all this amazing content for new subscribers, but it was going straight to spam.
All that work, wasted.
The worst. So we got them set up with a warm-up strategy, started slow, small batches of emails to their most engaged people, then gradually increased it over a few weeks.
Those early emails, they were like the VIPs.
Exactly. And we made sure the content was personalized, something people would actually want to reply to.
Show those email providers these messages were legit.
Exactly. And guess what? It worked. Deliverability shot up, open rates went up, click-through rates too.
So their emails were actually getting read.
Oh yeah. Onboarding process became way smoother. They connected with their users better. It was a win-win.
Music to a marketer's ears. Proof that warm-up isn't just some theory, it gets real results.
100%. And it's not just for startups either. Even big companies with huge email lists, they can use warm-up to keep their sender reputation squeaky clean.
So it's like an ongoing thing. Gotta stay on top of it.
The email world's always changing, gotta adapt.
For sure. And with all these AI tools popping up, it's easier than ever to warm up right.
It's like having a secret weapon. Cut through the noise. Make your emails count.
Love it. So as we wrap up our deep dive on email warm-up, any final thoughts for our listeners?
Think about this. How can you take this idea of warm-up, this whole building relationships thing, beyond just email? Apply it to how you communicate in general.
Ooh, that's a good one. Whether it's email, a phone call, even a handwritten note, it's about making those genuine connections.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Well, on that note, it's time for us to sign off. Huge thanks to our expert for joining us.
Anytime.
And to everyone listening, happy emailing.